Hey everybody, Dr. Troy DeQuitz here, and this is your Monday Momentum Moment. That's right, here we are. This is the first full week of 2019. So for many people, and I've heard this expression like over and over again, people are feeling a little bit slow. Some people are like fired up. They can't wait to get into the office. Great, good for you. Other people are like slow, sluggish, trying to get back in the saddle again, have to dust off the cobwebs. Like I've heard every possible metaphor analogy you can possibly think of at this point in time. And so as you look at this week, take a freaking breath. Like people get so worked up and like being busy and there's so much to do and I have to get caught up. And at the end of the day, it's a matter of just slowing down and remember, you just got to get a hit, man. You just need to get on base. You just need to have some movement. Like it's amazing to me how worked up we get in our own minds, and getting worked up in our own minds just creates paralysis. And it creates stress across every other domain and area of our life, as opposed to realizing like right now in this moment, I just need to do one thing. That's it. I just need to do one thing. So as you look at this week and quote unquote getting back on track, because for most people across the board, this is your first full week in quite a few weeks. So in looking at this and getting back on track, you look at the different areas that you want to be able to excel in. Most people after the first year want to get back to working out if they haven't been working out. If you have been, way to go. If you haven't, then what's the one thing that you can do to move forward in that this week? Maybe it's eating. Maybe you kind of went down the shitter over the last couple of weeks in terms of your eating. What's the one thing that you can do? Your spirituality, your relationships, your business, like what's the one thing that you can do? So when I get to the office, what's the one thing that I can do? Maybe it's I got to reload with the team meeting and get everybody streamlined and focused on just this week. Not even the month, not even a target, just this week. Where do you want to end the week? That's it. So you have a starting point and you know where you are right now. Some of you are frazzled. Others of you are just like, time to make the donuts. You're kind of like really slow and sluggish and lethargic, and you just got to find a way to get back into the game. So what do? Here's my starting point. Where do I want to go? If you're feeling a little lethargic right now, maybe you do a shift move. Maybe you do, take 5 deep breaths, yell out something like, I am energy, I am awesome, I am energy, I am awesome, I am energy, I am awesome, and then do 5 burpees, and then get up and get going. It's that easy. Or maybe you sit and you close your eyes for 90 seconds and just take very, very slow, deep breaths in and let them all the way out. And that's going to feel very meditative, and it's supposed to. So maybe you need that just to get your system reset. Maybe you need the exercise and the breathing to get you reset. I don't know what it is for you. What I do know is that the getting worked up wastes energy. Getting stressed wastes energy. And when you do that, it makes everything else seem harder. It makes people want to throw up their hands and give up on things, when all you really have to do is slow down and take a breath. We do not think straight when we are in a place of stress. So you slow down, you take a deep breath, say, how do I want to end this week? Do so gracefully, do so energetically, and take a look at where you want to go this week. Then, as you work yourself backwards, and I know some of you are like, man, this is like repetitive. I've heard this before. Well, there's a difference between hearing and doing, because there's nothing that I share with people that won't help them to excel. There's nothing that I share that is going to stress you out unless you put this crazy ass stress on yourself and this crazy pressure on yourself. There's a difference between putting a sense of urgency on yourself to hit your targets and goals and then putting crazy ass pressure on yourself. That's all you. So I have to work backwards, and I say, where do I need to be by Wednesday then? So I'm creating a Wednesday benchmark, midweek benchmark. And then finally I look at today and say, where do I need to be tomorrow? And then finally I go, hey, let's go ahead and take a look at Thursday. You don't want to leave Thursday out. Be ashamed to leave Thursday out. I say, where do I need to be on Thursday? And you think of Thursday as like the end of the month, and you're like a couple visits away from an all-time record, or you're a couple dollars away from an all-time record. You're like, all right, what can we do to really push her through right now? And you make sure Thursday is just like the over the top that gets you into a rockin' Friday. And then you use Saturday and Sunday to reflect and project, to take a few deep breaths, to reload and get yourself set up for next Monday. This game is very easy, but we make it harder on ourselves than it has to be. So when you look at this first full week of the month, what would be a victory today? Very simple. What would be a victory for you today? Where do you want to end the week, and where do you need to be on Wednesday? And then tomorrow, what's another victory? Wednesday, I'm at my checkpoint. Am I there? Am I getting there? And if not, I can course correct on Thursday and ultimately nail it on Friday. This is very easy if you're willing to make it that way on yourself. If you make it hard, well, chances of you hitting your goals and targets at the end of 90 days, 100 days, or a year become very, very slim. So that's all I've got for you here today. I'm Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been your Monday Momentum Moment. Roll up your sleeves, get to work, have a rockin' Monday, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.